Right, welcome to the Real Country File. Me and Angela are here at Cheshire Ploughing Match.
With our hoods on.
With our hoods on, getting wet in the rain. It did actually forecast to be a horrendous day today, but it wasn't in the end. Anyway, coming up today, Stephen is at the APF Forestry show, and Angela knows what everything else is.
Well, this week's episode is sponsored by Savico, who do slurry pumps and separators. So thank you very much to Savico. And I actually had a look at their products on their trade stand at UK Dairy Day. Again, a soggy, wet day, so I'm glad of my hood for that. So let's nip over to have a look at what they're all about. And don't forget that their products are grant approved as well. Well, I'm here at UK Dairy Day. It's another chucking it down, horrible rainy day unfortunately, but that hasn't stopped the crowds coming along to the show. It's absolutely packed inside. But today, outside, I'm on the Mastech stand and they've got a Savico mobile separator. So I'm going to have a chat with Ben just to find out a bit more about this machine and what it does.
Hello, I'm Ben from Mastech. Here we have our brand new mobile separator. We've got a 065 Sepcom separator, which is dropping liquid into a tank below. We've got a pedestal pump here at the rear, which takes the liquid away to your lagoon or your store. Over on this side, we've got what we call a PCP self-priming cavity pump. So the liquid is sucked up here, along through here and up into the separator. And then obviously the material comes through the separator, the liquid is squeezed out into the tank, and the fibre is dropped down into the auger, which is a fully stainless steel auger which is manufactured by WAM, which is the parent company of Sepcom. And then it's elevated up into a bunker or a trailer. That's probably about it.
What would you say is the main advantage of this system over any other system?
I think this system is very simple as far as it's at ground level, so any maintenance that needs to be done to the separator can be done just without climbing any ladders.
And if somebody's interested in getting one of these, what's the best thing that they can do now?
If somebody's interested in a quote, call our office telephone number, and we can arrange a site visit to come out and have a look at your requirements.
Right, so that's what they've been up to. It's still raining at the ploughing match, but it is the end of the day now. And we're going to head over now to the APF show with Stephen and see what he's got up to there.
This week on the Real Country File, we've come along to the Association of Professional Forestry show. It's a biannual show, and regular viewers will remember that 2 years ago we discovered some very interesting tractors and forestry machinery. Well, I've been coming here since I was 16, so you can work out how many shows I've been to. Let's see if we can find some more interesting bits of kit in and around this wonderful forestry venue.
I'm underway. Thank you.
there's been a lot of interesting machines here at the APF Show 2024. Some are a little bit different indeed. You've seen a few tractors that we've been showing as we go around. Hans here, CEO from TP, has got something I've never seen before, and I've worked in forestry since 1989. We're going to the APF since 1990 all around the country. But tell us what we've got here, Hans.
We got here an electric wood chipper. Electric wood chipper below 750 kilo. So it means it can run everywhere in Europe and also here in UK. We can use it for 3 to 4 hours depending on the size of the battery. We have the same capacity as on a diesel chipper or a petrol chipper. But of course we have a limitation in how many hours we can do a day.
But if you're working in amongst housing, if you're working at night on road closures, then you're gonna steal a march over because you've no engine running. Of course, the chipper's going to make some noise, but you're cutting down the overall noise, aren't you?
You can say the main market for this chipper is not on the road somewhere. It's actually in the city. In the city where you will have no emission. It's in the city where you have less noise, because when it runs without any wood in it, it's not giving a lot of noise. It's just like a chainsaw on electric. It stops when it stops. So in that way, it is a good selling or a good thing to have in the city. It's actually the electric machinery.
So we've got some hybridists watching then. In terms of charging, you know, if we've got usual size of small hive company, 2 or 3 vans, 12 operatives, that kind of thing. Is there any sort of special to charge it up?
No, you just charge it overnight. So when you get home from the job, charge it in, next morning it's full.
And in terms of capacity and size, what kind of size of log is you going to take through?
This is a 7-inch machine. So we can take relative big size,
Yeah.
but this machine is not meant for chipping blocks.
Right.
It's meant for cleaning up in the city. Because if you start chipping blocks, then you have for 1 hour chipping.
Okay.
But if you do it as a clean-up machine, then you have for 3 to 4 hours.
That's really honest of you there, Hans,
Yeah.
to be fair as well. And I'm sure
I
our
need to do
viewers,
that.
I'm sure our viewers will appreciate. But is this the future of forestry, arboricultural technology? I think it probably is.
It's a part of the future. Because again, if you want to chip a lot of logs, a lot of trees during the day, then this is probably not the machine. But if you want to do something where emission is very important and you fighting with smog and other things in the city, this is a part of the future.
Well, Hans, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy
My
man
pleasure.
here on the stand. Excellent job, thank you.
Thanks for that, Stephen. Now we are on our way to Morris Caulfields because they've got a special combine there, and we'll see if we can find someone from Claas to talk about it. We're at Cheshire Ploughing Match, and I've bumped into Colin from Claas. You may have seen him on some of my videos, but I think it's the first time you've been on the Real Country File.
I think so, yeah.
Big Lex in here, not as big as the one that was here last year because we had our 8700 after John O'Groats Land's End. Now this one, 500,000, is it?
Yeah, that's correct. So, so this machine is actually a 7700 under the panel work. But we have a limited edition run of the 500,000 this year's marketing campaign. So we're celebrating 500,000 combines since the first Claas combine was made in 1936.
So nearly 500,000.
Yeah, so from our small family business in Harsewinkel, started off, as I say, small business just making binders and so on. Moved into combine harvesters, and we built the first combine harvester for European conditions, a trailed machine, the MDB. And then obviously we've moved on through the years, through different models, to a self-propelled machine, and then to where we are today. So 500,000, although it's not as big as some of our competitors that have been in a big world market for European built combines, that's where we've got to really.
Yeah, so market share for Claas at the moment then in Europe.
Yeah.
Are you leading?
Yeah, so we would have majority market share across Europe for sure. And we're looking into growth markets such as America. Big project's been going on there for quite a long time now to try and get into the American market.
Yeah, because the American, it's either red or green, isn't it? That's traditionally for years.
That's been the difficulty to break into those markets, is that the home brands, the John Deeres and the Cases have been very hard to break into. So
I just noticed, you can't probably see on the camera, but we'll maybe zoom in. They're bill hooks, aren't they?
yeah, so the bill hooks in the pattern in here, So this was Claas's original patent for the knotter on a baler, and that's why the story has been replicated in some of the marketing machines. So
and the bill hook is still looks the same today on the baler, doesn't it?
On your Quadrant 5300 Olly, a very similar concept to what we've got, what we had when we got the patent in 1950s. Yeah.
This will be a demonstrator then, is it?
So this has been Maurice Caulfield's demonstrator. So there's one, call it original one from the factory. That one differs slightly because we have a silver panel where the white is and a silver grain tank lid. And then we did a few marketing machines for dealers and some of the Claas UK demonstrators to
just like a replica.
Yeah, so this one's
so
sticker kit.
The guy that's sticking this up, is he the one that stickered mine up for the Combine Challenge?
Yeah,
he goes all over Europe, doesn't he, doing it for you?
Come and stick it up. So he does all the Claas UK marketing stuff and that.
So this isn't what you call a narrow chassis one, so it's 8 inches narrower, is it, than mine?
So this is a standard chassis machine. So this would be basically a narrower body, so based on a 5-walker chassis, whereas your machine's based on a 6-walker chassis. Yeah. So.
How many people now buy walker machines? Like percent, is it 20%?
It still accounts for probably, I would say 40% of the UK market. Particularly when you come west, we'd see a lot more straw walker machines, and north. A little bit of that's cost, but I would say that we're seeing a trend with bigger crop conditions and weather conditions that we're having with greener straws and so on, that we're seeing a trend towards the rotor machine. So this is actually, we don't call this a rotary system, we call it a hybrid system. So we use a normal drum and concave like a straw walker combine, but when we replace it with two rotors instead of walkers in the back. We've introduced in the Trion range a single rotor machine, and that is really taking hold with a lot of our straw walker customers. It gives them the option of getting higher output and better performance in difficult conditions, whilst keeping a narrow transport width for the road. So
this is really 18% smaller maybe than mine.
15 to 20%. I would say. So you're about right there. Yeah.
500 horsepower maybe.
550 in this one.
Still
so
a
this
fair
is the
boat
biggest of this range. We then start with the 8.6, which is the same horsepower as this, just on the wider chassis, and then we move up to the 8.7 and 8.800 like your machine.
So what my 8.7? What's that? 600 horse?
It's around that sort of, a bit more than that, 625 I think it is.
Yeah.
So
nice tracks as well, not worn. Yeah. It's not done 900,
not quite
940 miles on the road.
Not quite as much. We've done a few Ks on the road with it, obviously through the demo tour, but yeah, the track system again. Claas, one of the first to introduce a track system that back 25 plus years ago. It's unique to the combine, so you have to have a special chassis from factory order. We haven't just unbolted the wheels and stuck a track on there, so really specific.
Little dig there at the competitors.
Got to have some airtime, don't you? So,
yeah. No, thank you anyway for showing us around.
No
Obviously,
worries,
me and Andrew are at Cheshire Ploughing Match. We're going to have a little bit of a look what else is going on here, but thanks.
And you brought some rain down.
I know,
as well,
yeah, it's raining.
Side of the estuary.
Yeah, cheers.
All right.
Right, from a wet Cheshire show, Cheshire Ploughing Match, not Cheshire Show. Cheshire Show is in June. It's often wet as well. From a wet Cheshire Ploughing Match. Thanks for watching this week. Thanks again to the sponsor, which is...
Thanks to Savico for sponsoring this episode. Slurry pumps, separators, have a look at their website, and don't forget about the grants that you might be able to pick up there as well. Yeah,
that's it anyway. But, one last thing. If you've not finished combining, let us know in the comments, because a few people that we've met today haven't, and it's not good with it being nearly the end of September. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.